Have you ever had that feeling like there's something more inside you waiting? A version of yourself that feels, I don't know, stronger, more capable, just more alive.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like clockwork, you try to reach for it and bam, this invisible wall.
Yeah.
It's that little voice, right? Whispering doubts, fears. What if I fail? Or maybe even worse, what if this is it? What if I'm just not meant for more?
Oh, that voice is incredibly powerful. And our sources talk about how it literally builds these invisible walls around your potential.
Right.
Keeps us stuck, in the familiar zone, even when that zone feels, well, pretty unfulfilling.
Totally. And the advice you always hear is play it safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait till you're ready. Or, my favorite, wait until it's perfect before you even start.
Which could be never.
Pretty much. But look, this deep dive, we're going to challenge that. We're focusing on some things our sources really hammer home. You don't actually need to be perfect. What you need is to believe.
Okay, belief. And as we were digging into the sources, there was this one story that just, wow, it really brought this whole idea to life for me.
Let me guess, Jamie Kern Lima.
Yes. Let's unpack her story because, yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. So she starts out as a Kiwi journalist.
Right.
And she's dealing with rosacea, a really visible skin condition. And she's on TV facing just cruel comments daily about how she looked.
Imagine that. And it was that frustration, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Struggling with her own skin, trying to find makeup that actually worked, that led her to this breakthrough idea.
A makeup brand for real skin.
Exactly. But then the reality check hit. She starts pitching this vision, right, to investors, to retailers, and just gets hit with this relentless wave of rejection.
What kind of things were they saying?
Oh, brutal stuff. Like, no one wants to see real women with skin issues on the packaging. That her whole idea just wasn't marketable.
Wow.
And even that, she personally wasn't the right face for beauty. Can you imagine?
That's devastating. I mean, that would crush most people, wouldn't it? But her belief, it wasn't just about the makeup, was it?
No, not at all. It was deeper. It was belief in her purpose, belief in the women she wanted to help, and, yeah, ultimately belief in herself.
So what was it? What kept her going through all those no's? Did the sources give us any clues about that inner strength?
Yeah, what's really compelling is that her anchor seemed to be this incredibly strong connection to her why.
Okay.
It wasn't about getting approval from others. It was about solving a real problem, one she felt deeply and knew others did too.
So she just started.
She started IT Cosmetics right from her living room.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sources mention she cried, she hustled like crazy, heard no again and again and again.
They kept going.
But she consistently kept showing up.
Yeah.
It's like she was building this internal proof, this evidence of her own commitment, way before anyone on the outside saw it.
And that persistence, it eventually led to something huge, right? The QVC moment.
Oh, absolutely. That was pivotal. She gets this chance on QVC live national television. And she goes on, completely raw, unfiltered.
And she took her makeup off. On air.
Bold move, right?
Oh.
Removed her makeup right there to show undeniably how well her product worked on her own rosacea.
Wow. The guts that must have taken.
Incredible. And the response, it was immediate. Unbelievable, really. The product sold out in minutes.
Just like
that.
Okay.
Because in that moment, she wasn't just selling makeup, she was selling authenticity. She sold belief. And that created this powerful connection, proof not just of the product, but of her conviction.
And then the ultimate outcome. IT Cosmetics sold to L'Oreal for, what was it?
$1.2 billion.
Billion, with a B.
Yeah. And the key takeaway here isn't that she had perfect timing, or the market just opened up for her.
No.
It was because she believed in her potential, way, way before the world caught on.
So connecting this back, maybe you listening aren't planning a billion-dollar brand.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But the principle, it's the same, isn't it? Believing your voice matters. Believing your art, your story, your idea for healing, your dream, whatever it is, that it deserves a shot.
Yeah.
Because, the source puts it so directly, if you never believe it's possible, how will it ever be possible?
That really hits home. Jamie's story is just such a powerful example of breaking through those walls we talked about. So, okay, seeing that, how do we actually do it? How do we take this idea of belief and make it work for us? What are the actionable steps?
Right, because the inspiration is great, but we need the how. And our sources, thankfully, give us 4 really powerful steps. And it's not about inventing something new. It's more about clearing the way, claiming what's already inside you.
Okay, I'm ready. Step 1.
Step 1, acknowledge the doubt.
Acknowledge it. Okay, that sounds simple. but hard. Like the instinct is to shove it down, ignore it.
Totally. But the source says, don't run from it. Actually say it out loud. I'm scared, or I feel like I'm not enough right now.
Say it out loud. Why is that important?
Well, think about it psychologically. You can't heal what you hide.
Hmm.
When you actually articulate those fears, you drag them out of the shadows, out of the subconscious where they have all this power. You make them tangible. And once they're tangible, they're manageable. It disarms them a bit.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Bringing the monster out from under the bed, like you said. All right, step 2.
Step 2, reframe it.
Reframe. So changing the words we use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actively changing your internal script. The source gives examples like, instead of, I can't, try, I'm learning.
Okay.
Or swap, I'm not good enough for, I'm growing.
It sounds almost too simple, just changing a few words. Does it really work?
It's deceptively powerful. It's not just wishful thinking. When you consciously reframe like that, you're actually challenging those ingrained negative thought patterns. You're forging new neural pathways, basically.
Oh.
You're activating parts of your brain linked to problem solving and, growth instead of just the fear center, shifting your whole mindset from fixed to growth oriented.
I like that. Okay, so acknowledge the doubt. Reframe it. What's step 3?
Step 3, act anyway.
Act anyway. Even when you're scared. Even when you don't feel ready.
Especially then. Our source emphasizes that even the tiniest action sends this powerful signal back to your brain. It says, okay, we're doing this.
Right.
And this is crucial. Action builds evidence. This is the part that trips so many people up, I think.
How so?
We wait for confidence to show up before we take the leap.
Yeah, totally. I'll do it when I feel confident.
Exactly. But the sources show it's the other way around. Confidence doesn't come before. It comes after. It's built by those small actions, those little wins, what psychologists call mastery experiences. That's what builds genuine self-belief, that feeling of, okay, I can handle this.
Okay, but what about that initial fear? The fear of failing on even that first small step. That can feel huge. Any advice for just getting started?
Yeah, that's a big one. The advice is basically, make the action ridiculously small. So small the fear almost can't object.
Like how small?
Like if writing a book feels overwhelming, just commit to writing one sentence today. That's it. Starting a business, make one phone call. Just one.
Okay. Lower the bar ridiculously low.
Precisely. The goal isn't immediate massive success. It's to create that first tiny shred of evidence that says, see, you did something.
Yeah.
That's how you start chipping away at that imposter feeling and building real momentum.
I love that. Okay, acknowledge, reframe, act anyway. What's the final step? Step 4.
Step 4 is, tell yourself a better story.
A better story. How?
The source suggests something really practical. Keep a journal, not just of your big wins, but of your efforts, your tries, the times you showed up even when it was hard.
Like an evidence log.
Exactly. Let it be this living record that reminds you who you are becoming. It's not about pretending things are perfect or ignoring struggles. It's about actively curating your own narrative.
Curating your narrative. I like that phrasing.
Yeah, you're consciously shaping how you see your own journey based on documented proof of your effort and progress.
Yeah.
Not just the end results, which might still be far off. It's so powerful to look back and see, wow, look how far I've actually come, instead of only focusing on the gap still ahead.
That is powerful. What a great framework. So, wrapping this up, it feels like the core message is about self-reliance, doesn't it? You don't need the world's permission.
Not at all.
You don't need to have everything perfectly mapped out before you start.
Nope.
All you really need is that little seed of belief, just a tiny one, and then the courage to actually water it, to take that first small step.
Absolutely. And that leads to this profound idea from the source.
Yeah.
Your potential isn't out there waiting to be found somewhere. It's right here. It's waiting to be claimed. Which makes you wonder, right? What if that perfect version of you we're all chasing isn't some future destination? What if it's just you right now, choosing to believe and choosing to act?
Wow.
So the challenge then for you listening is to start now, wherever you are. Take one step, make one call, post the thing, apply for that job. Say what you need to say. Dream that dream. Just start. Believe in what's already inside you.
And you'll unlock what's been there all along.